Okay. This is the dev commentary they just released. It's translated mostly, which is better than we usually get with Korean stuff.
Greetings, adventurers. My name is Jisok Chan.
Don't know if it's better to do that.
Design division for Black Desert. Spring is finally approaching after a freezing winter, and last spring I
some of it's good.
Commentary video for Land of the Morning Light Part 1, which has already been almost a year. Time seems to be flying by, and this year we have been persistently updating you on development through the Black Desert Global Lab, and
At least we wouldn't have to wait like a week for translation
of the system and contents. So, there's not been much time to give you all an update via a video for a while. And while we are still working hard, it would be a big shame if we had no new updates to share with you all. We will be sharing some recent news and development updates, which some may see as trivial things, but they are things we have been putting a lot of work into. So, we ask for your support and encouragement. First, let's start with our PC classes. You might have a ton of questions, especially about class balance. We are diligently preparing what has been revealed in the Global Lab.
Hang on, I forgot that I was gonna swap to my tag so that my Pi thing doesn't run out. Sorry.
As every class needs careful adjustments, it's taking a little longer than expected. We will make sure that everything is thoroughly tested and polished before it's rolled out. Today, besides the ongoing balance work, we'd like to share some extra content we've prepared, including adjustments to number of hits for each class's skills. In BDO, the number of hits for a skill is set based on each class's weapons and motions. These hits combined with several factors, such as attack motions and effects, contribute to the hit satisfaction in BDO. While many of you expressed your love for this system, the increasing number of classes and the number of hits per skill have started to put a strain on our servers. This is particularly noticeable in large-scale content, where lots of players gather.
This is one of the most interesting
leading
things.
to increased lag.
There could be a lot of problems with what they want to do here.
We've decided to implement some serious optimization measures alongside our balance work. What you're seeing now is a demo of Hashashin's Ensnaring Sands and Serpent's Coil Awakening skills, which deliver 90...
Before I get into like the technicalities, what I would say is that like in terms of having your effects on screen, it'll increase FPS because you'll have less clutter of pop-ups, like text pop-ups. So like you see the difference between the pop-ups, so that'll actually be good for FPS aside from the other stuff they're gonna mention. That's good.
7 hits respectively. The next clip shows the same skills after reducing the number of hits by over 70%.
You play with it off? That's fine. I play with it on only because it gives confirmation if you're getting down attacks and things like that when you're hitting multiple people.
You will notice that compared to before, that it's more smooth and agile. Hashashin is just...
Is it video quality low? No, it's 1080p. They don't really upload very high quality videos. Not like your boy. But you're also getting a little bit less because of the stream quality cut. Obviously, you've seen the video, but I'll also, link it. But
one example. We are optimizing the number of hits in this manner for all skills across all classes.
Another thing, just quickly, is that could open it up to damage numbers. If there's less hits, you could probably do damage numbers and not have it be super cluttered. They probably still find some excuse not to do damage numbers, but
this isn't just about reducing numbers. We are ensuring to carefully tailor the changes to suit each class's unique motions. And don't worry, reducing the number of hits will not decrease the overall damage output. We're increasing the damage per hit to keep it consistent with the current levels.
Shame they don't translate these like slides.
Performance in PvE will remain unchanged. However, in PvP, a reduction in the number of hits could potentially affect accuracy and evasion.
Yeah, when I first watched this, that's the first thing that came into my head, and then literally the seconds later, he's like, oh, accuracy and evasion is going to get mentioned, so I was happy about that. But
therefore, for skills with reduced hit counts, we will be adjusting accuracy to compensate for this. What you're seeing now is Moose's Crust Crusher Awakening skill. You can see an increase in damage per hit and adjusted accuracy due to the reduced number of hits.
So they're going to explain the math behind this. I don't think the math is right, and I think this is going to cripple evasion because you're getting a 20% bonus to compensate for less hits, right? So because the average, right, of hits is lower, but that's 20% of your current accuracy modifier or your accuracy amount on your class. So unless I don't really understand how that would actually work out, because I understand what they're going for, but to me that if you're 10% of 900 accuracy and then versus 20%, you're just gonna hit more, right? Like I don't understand how that mathematically works out. If you had 900 accuracy and I'm just obviously like making these numbers up, but you've got 20% of that, that's 180 compared to 90 bonus accuracy of the modifier of the skill. So I can't see how this isn't like really bad for evasion.
Let me explain a bit more about this accuracy.
I'll let them go through the explanation, but I don't.
We are increasing the skill's
I don't know.
damage to match
They
the
must have
reduction
tested it,
in
maybe,
hits,
but
so the total damage will remain the same as before. But as the number of hits decrease, the variance in damage applied with each attack changes. For example, if the accuracy rate is 50%, you can expect around 5 hits for a 10-hit attack, with a variation of 2 to 7 hits per attack. If the same skill is reduced to 2 hits, you would expect 1 hit per attack, with each attack possibly resulting in either 0 or 2 hits. Since reducing the number of hits can increase the variance in damage, we've adjusted the accuracy to maintain the perceived damage, to be as close to the original as possible. Our goal...
See, that already is like, if it's not a one-to-one, like, oh, we know for a fact, like, they're already admitting that it's like, it's as close as possible. That's already going to have deviations in your build, so you'll already notice different things, even if they are correct in the math that we talked about just before. It's still not going to be 100%, which means you are going to notice it be worse or better, probably worse, but yeah, so
with the accuracy adjustment
we'll see what they do.
Is to preserve as much of the original experience in PvP as possible. However, we ask for your understanding as there may be slight difference in accuracy and evasion items due to the changes. Once we've completed this optimization, you can expect an improved frame rate during combat, and particularly a reduction in server lag. During large scale...
I mean, that's admirable. I wonder if that will affect... I've been having such bad lag in large scale, but I see other people don't really have lag. In fact, hang on. This is just a generic link, but I'm sure he's okay with this. But it's like this is a clip from the guild, from the node war I did yesterday from my guild. Right? This guy's game is so smooth. My game would never be this smooth. Like, everything just runs correctly.
Doesn't matter. They cannot use access. I mean, CTG anyway.
I'm gonna bomb them when they return. Just keep axing.
But like, I would be stuttering all over the place during everything that's going on with him there, which is annoying. I don't know.
PvP content like Conquest War and the War of the Roses. You know those moments when you're in the thick of battle and suddenly take a massive hit.
Yeah, but we've always had big hits on skills gates. It's always how the game has always been, that you've never had like this ability has 1 hit. It always has like 8 or something. They're gonna reduce those ones as well, I think. Not just, well, maybe they're not. Maybe they're just gonna reduce the ones that have like 20 hits, but I think it's all of them they want to reduce.
We expect significant improvements in such situations. We're in the final stages of optimizing number of hits, and we're hoping to roll it out first in April via the global...
The game is broken. Anyone who has over 1400 evasion is impossible to kill. You can always tell somebody's like relative PvP experience by what they feel about evasion.
Lab. After thorough testing and polishing in the lab, we'll update it onto the official server. Rest assured, we're working hard to create a more enjoyable gaming environment for you. I would like to talk about the revamp of 200% Black Spirit's Rage skills. They're a type of ultimate skills intended to make you feel like a main hero in the game. For certain classes, these skills are powerful, but they may not seem effective or cool to use. What you can see now is Warrior's 200% Black Spirit's Rage Awakening skill, Grave Digging. Looking at it now, it feels lacking compared to Warrior's current state. Some of these skills that have this lackluster feeling.
Interesting question, Blade. I don't know.
Classes.
Don't know.
The classes listed here will be revamped.
So Succession, this doesn't even work, like let alone actually like need buffing. It actually, this skill doesn't work. I tried it in Balanos Siege before. It doesn't activate. Yeah. So this list is interesting, and I wonder where they got it, because Awakening Ranger isn't listed, and Awakening Ranger's 200% is useless and does nothing. It looks cool, though.
Some classes may be missing from the list, but we've selected the ones we believe.
But then also, aside from which classes they picked, I think it was more important that they did 100%, because a lot of classes have useless 100%, and I think that's something that's always been unfair.
Need improving first. They will be reviewed again if we determine further adjustments are needed. And now, here's the revamped versions of Warrior's 200% Black Spirit's Rage Awakening skill, Grave Digging. Personally, I think this suits the concept much better than
Can I just say, they really need to improve the PC they're recording this stuff on.
before. I hope our warrior adventurers will be satisfied. This update should be implemented.
So you just keep going by the looks of it. Look at the sword. Oh my god. You just keep going? It's like...
by April or by May at the latest. You won't be disappointed. Speaking of 200 Black Spirit Rage skills, we know that you might feel disappointed
200% should just be a
that
buff,
these skills
yeah.
can't be used alone. With this
No, but they
upcoming
record
patch,
it like that.
A set effect will be added to Tungrad accessories. These are iconic items that have been in BDO for a long time.
When they do any kind of skill demo, it's always hella scuffed. It's kind of frustrating that they don't record it in a higher quality with less like intensive camera effects and stuff. I don't know why.
You can see by equipping all Tungrad accessories, a set effect will be activated, which substantially increases the max Black Spirit Rage and
some of you might have got ads, so I'm just gonna wait. I should have ran an ad break before, but it's okay. For those of you that are still able to watch, we'll just talk about the Tungrads quickly. Yeah, so it looks like you get 12 AP if you have 5 Tungrad accessories on. So this is kind of like a baby version of the Deboreka 3 set, but you get it for 5 if you have Tungrad. And then if you have... Is that 3 sets? I mean, the number 3 is there. You get 30% bonus if you have 3. Yeah, they're making 5-set Debos. We'll get to that though, because they're going to talk about Deboreka rings very soon. So yeah, it doesn't. This one doesn't have a number, so I don't really know precisely if it is 2, and you get 20%, and 3 you get 30%. You think it's not 2 set? It's actual necklace stat. Oh yeah, yeah, that's true. It's probably because it's Tungrad necklace is a demo, so yeah, it's 20% from the Tungrad necklace on. Yeah, you're right. So yeah, okay, that makes more sense. I was gonna say I don't see 2 anywhere. I was like, that would be weird if that was what it was. So yeah, it's 20%, and then from the necklace, and then you could have 30%, I guess. But nobody's gonna run a Tungrad necklace when Deboreka's in the game, really. I guess so, unless the meta becomes pen Tungrad necklace, and then pen Deboreka rings and belt, which then frees up the other slots. Because then if you had the neck and the belt and then 1 earring, and then you'd have 2 rings and 1 earring slot available to go Debo. Or you just go Debo. No, sorry. Yeah, Debo, Tungrad. Alright, everybody's ad should be over so we can play, but...
Adventurer can obtain by themselves. That means you will be able to easily utilize the 200% Black Spirit's Rage skills by yourself. Once the patch has...
Yeah, but you'd be so if you had 3 set, right, you'd be sorry, let me just go quickly back to the example. So if you had a necklace instead of a Deboreka, you had a Pentongrad necklace, right? So that's 20%, and then let's say you did the 2 earrings. Instead, or would you do? You know, let's just use that as an example. Okay, so it's 20% between these two, 40%. You still wouldn't be. You'd still be at 70%, right? Have I done that wrong? 70%. I think you'd be at 70% if you did that, right? You get the 3 Debo AP set, but you'd be at 170% self storage, I think. So 170% is not enough on your own to get the full thing, but I guess if someone just transferred you rage quickly, I don't know. You need all 5 for 200%. Yeah, I guess so. But, well, no, that's not true because you can do the 20% from the Lightstones. Or, sorry, artifacts, not Lightstones. I don't have any here, apparently. Okay, but you guys know what I'm talking about anyway. I guess I don't have any. Oh, wait, I do have them. What the fuck? Or I have them. I used to have them so I can demonstrate them. Oh, yeah, that's right, because they're in an inventory. So you have 10% from that, 10% from that, so that's 90%. And then you could go for, like... You could go for, like, maybe one of the Lightstone sets. I think one of them gives... You have no idea what you're talking about? Well, you don't play BDO, so that's why you don't. In BDO, you have what's called 100%, or you have Black Spirit Rage, and basically you have that powers up certain abilities, adding effects to them, and then there's major effects on 100% and then 200%. What they're talking about is buffing 200%, because a lot of them are useless. So you can't actually get that on your own. The normal amount of Black Spirit Rage you can get, unless someone gives you some, is 100%, right? And then it caps out. But then you can get accessories called Tongrad accessories, these ones, and they have set bonuses that give you even more. So these 2 rings give me 20% each. Well, together, sorry. They're 10% each, but 20% together. So I have 120% BSR storage when normally 100% is capped. So we're talking about these accessories getting a new set bonus to make it easier to get to 200%. But basically, if I do like that skill uses 10%, so you can see the number go down as I add an extra effect to the skill. So, okay, interesting.
You will be able to easily utilize the 200%.
Oh, 200% probably still will be bad, yeah.
By
I think
yourself.
so.
Once the patch has been implemented.
But I would say if the 200% is bad, it's not a big deal because you can still absorb for a major like buff. So you do at least get that, right? I mean, what is the buff? It's where is Rage Absorb? Here we go. Yeah, so if you absorb 200%, you get 50 AP and 40% attack casting speed versus the 30 AP, 25% with 100%. So, you know, even if your attack is shit, you know.
Tongrad accessories would undoubtedly provide advantages.
Excuse me,
I
sorry.
trust this will be welcomed news for adventurers who have been eagerly waiting for this update. To ease concern after this patch, we will be implementing measures to prevent the exploitation of set effects through constant equipping and unequipping of accessories during combat. I'm sure some of you are surprised at the sudden mention of a Tongrad accessory set effect, but for some of you, you may have a hunch about one more thing. Yes, that's right. The long-awaited Deboreka ring will finally be introduced. True to its name, the Deboreka ring is...
Yeah, so just quickly, Goober does have a good point. If you're gearing for the first time, it makes gearing more interesting because you can go for Tongrad and get a 12 AP set bonus before you have to dip into Deboreka. Also, it might make it better to go for 2 Tongrad earrings. Might be better to go for 2 Tongrad earrings with Jatina rather than the crescents.
Set to be established as the ultimate accessory in BDO. The enhancement effects are as follows.
So the stats of the Deboreka ring was obvious because you have the belt, so it's a direct comparison. They were never going to make them different from the belt, but the extra 8 AP was pretty much what we didn't know. and they chose a 5-set bonus, not a 6-set. So if you have 5 Debarekas, you get an extra 8 AP. So having 5 Debarekas is 20 bonus AP on top of what they give you.
Preparations are
So PvE bis.
underway to allow you to obtain the Debaraka ring from Arithia's Limbo, which will soon be overhauled.
That's
You'll
wild
be
that
able
they're
to
doing this.
obtain a new exclusive item from monster zones requiring stats, AP and DP, of 720 or higher. Once obtained,
So basically, all the Ulakita spots, all the Dekia spots will drop an item that lets you go into Ethria's Limbo, which then gives you a chance to farm Debo rings.
you can use the item to enter the overhauled Arithia's Limbo, where you'll have the opportunity to acquire Debaraka ring and other highly valuable items. As of now, it'll be the only location where it can be found. However, as mentioned during the last year's Calthian Ball, work is in progress.
Well, Goober, if you were PvE, it wouldn't be 5-set Debo and a Tebek belt. It would probably still be 6-set Debo. But yeah, I mean, 10 minutes, every 10 minutes you could mega buff yourself for a bit. I don't know.
To make Debaraka accessories obtainable through a variety of challenge-type content.
Dekia is 710? Is that not just Pilaku, History, and Akhman, or is that
Just
Oops, I didn't mean to do that, sorry.
monster zones. This content plan is also progressing well, and
I don't know. We'll have a look in game real quick. Yeah, I mean, 710 is what it says. So, does that mean that they're going to add... Are these all 710? That's even worse. Oh, that's not Dekia, that's why. 710. What's Crypt, then? 700. So, there's new grind spots, then? Or is this a misspeaking? No, Dekia is 710. I guess it's 700 for Histria and Akhman. Yeah, 700. So, have they misspoke there, or are there new grind spots? Because they haven't mentioned any new grind spots, right? All we know about Land of the Morning Light Part 2, which they get into, is that it's going to have new guild calamity bosses, which is cool, by the way. Twitch took my name. Yo, thanks for the prime. Appreciate that. Alright, hang on. Let's get the video back. Where the did I close it? No, it's there.
as soon as the development is complete, we'll share the news through the global lab. My heart is always racing with anticipation each time a new item is introduced. Yet, we've been cautious not to...
Wait, oh, okay. Sorry. I forgot to check that. Yeah, so you're saying Ulakita is 720? That's weird. I think they just like sort of misspoke, if I'm being honest. That's 730. And it's easier to kill these mobs than it is to kill Dekia mobs. That's 730. That's 730. That's not. But, like... So, yeah, just Ulakita? There's no way it's just Ulakita. Or maybe it is. Maybe it is. I don't know.
Flooding the game with new ones too often.
Weird.
Even so, it seems that this is the right timing to introduce such a range of new items. While this time we're adding just a Dabareka ring, starting from the updates in summer, other new items will be prepared, along with a range of fresh content. Next up is the status.
Yeah, I know that drift. That's why I was trying to figure out what they meant.
Of content and items. We know many of you enjoy life skills and have been awaiting the integration of life skill levels. This is almost ready and is set to be released with the update on April 17th in Korea.
If nothing else, this is a good update for new players getting to Node Wars for Fort Paris.
Be calculated and applied on a family basis. Before the integration
bunch of
life
shies.
skills levels on April 17th, we will give you more details in a notice. We are also preparing the system related to guilds, and we'll start off with the addition of the guild mana, where a member's mana is...
I'm so sad that they are doing this now because I'm not an Orca anymore and I was going to be the guild mana of Orca.
Designated as the guild's main base. Guild members can then teleport to this mana at any given time. In the past, when you wanted to meet with guild members, you would have to just say, let's meet at Battle Arena. But now, you'll be able to meet up at a cozier space. The simplification of items also continues. We are focusing on the basic Blackstones first, and will soon move to others such as Great Ocean and other Blackstones. Well, let's talk about the outfit, shall we? At the beginning of this year, the Academia outfit was released. Before its release, we were concerned about how this outfit would be received, but now we are
Not for
satisfied
me, but
with the response. Thanks to the interest and the support from adventurers, we have been able to gain confidence and continue passionately preparing the new outfit. First, an outfit suitable for the spring season is scheduled to be released on
Anybody care
April
about
9
this?
for
I can
all
skip it.
classes. Its name is Primavera. I just want to say that we hugely appreciate
Skip.
your
Alright,
participation.
cool.
We have also prepared more than creating product feature for adventure.
One thing I would say just before they get into Black Star stuff is the outfits. Like, I just want more things like Orzeka because I think they underestimate. Well, they can't surely not. I don't know. Orzeka was incredibly popular for good reason, and it was great to have that kind of extra thing to go for. That's not just like make money, get gear. I'd really like them to lean into doing more stuff like that. Anyway,
Enjoy. There's one more thing, and it's not an outfit.
This is
We're
really cool,
developing
though,
a
this
feature
bit.
for adventurers to customize the color of their Black Star weapon.
this is cool. By the way, this is the purple glow that should have been on God-eyed weapons from the get-go instead of like a weird black aura you can't even see.
Effect based on preference. It may seem like a minor addition, but
By the way, I like how they chose classes with enormous weapons because it doesn't look as good on other classes.
we know some love cohesiveness when it comes to color. We hope that it appeals to adventurers who wish to express their individual style. As of now, we're working on offering 5 to 8 different effect colors. I hope that you'll be able to have fun with it. Changes are also coming to the music album. You
Yeah,
can
that's-
press
that's-
Control to select
Okay, does anybody care about the music stuff? Because I can skip this too. The Black Star stuff is that's cool. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do. My immediate thought is probably purple, but blue looks cool too. Green looks a little funky, but it is kind of Ranger aesthetic. The green, I mean. But the purple I think looks dope. The teal actually looks good, and that is Awakening Ranger aesthetic is teal because it's teal skills. But
to
the white
customize
looks
the
the white
color
looks
of
good
their
too
Black
actually. But I think maybe purple. I don't know. The music bit, yeah, I know they go into it a lot. Actually, like I did watch it the whole way through first time because I didn't know if I was going to miss anything important. What I would say about the music is that I hope that they make that easier because I actually like it's kind of interesting and cool that it exists. I think anyway, it would be kind of nicer if you didn't have to do a bunch of prerequisites to be able to do it. So, Barrett, thanks for following.
Rangers, I fucking hate them.
Anyway, I bricked
Hear
the video.
all
My
the
bad.
crazy face-melting riffs our musicians will create and add to their music albums. We're hoping to update and apply the new instruments as music album changes during April. That concludes the updates we've prepared. However, since we're here and want to share a bit more, here's an update currently in development. Introducing Land of the Morning Light, Sol. The dev team is currently working hard together to add Sol to the game, which is scheduled for the summer in Korea. In addition to Gwanghwa Moon and Gyeong.
You see that little line, that little text? That's the thing that's like the most frustrating thing that Zethian talked about in his interview right there. That's
together
the
to add Sol to the game, which is scheduled for the summer in Korea.
They still doing us like this, man. I mean, come on, bro. Like, how long has it been? Just release it all at the same time. Stop letting the Koreans play through shit ahead of us and spoiling it, man. It's not rocket science, bro.
addition to Gwanghwa Moon and Gyeonghwa-ru show.
How did he change his voice like that? Well, because I make videos, basically what happened was they clearly messed up a voice line and they had to re-record that specific line and they throw it in. And anytime you do that, it's going to come out like this because you're never speaking the exact equidistant point and your voice isn't the same because you obviously different levels of hydration.
In Korea. In addition to Gwanghwa Moon and Gyeonghwa-ru shown during last year's Kalfian Ball, we're also developing new locations.
By the way, just aside from my disappointment again that this is basically guaranteed to be Korean content for months before we ever get to see it, Mash Pit for you, this would be like if they released a WoW expansion in NA and the rest of the world just watched NA play through it for like 4 months, 5 months. It's very cool. Not. Hey, Simsar.
First, the
Looks
Royal
cool, though.
Investigation Bureau. It is a judicial and security office directly under the king. It appears in many period K-dramas, so it may be familiar to some of you. As you can see, there are detained criminals. What is going on in Seoul? And behind it, you can see the large Dongship Jakak and Mount Ashi. These should give you a clue as to how large Land of the Morning Light Seoul really is. Next is a place called the Flower Sunken Swamp. This area is located northwest of the Hwanghae province. It has a beautiful, colourful background, but the thick fog covering the area seems to suggest it's hiding a dark secret. This is where the tale of the Changhua and the Hongryun, first introduced during the Calphian Ball, takes place. As before, we are preparing a collection of 8 tales for you to enjoy. Here's another image. These are the ruins of a castle. This seemingly huge castle is now nothing but ruins because it lost its war against the Land of the Morning Light. Some of you can probably guess where this is by now. Yes, this is the home of Tamer, the castle ruins in the Land of the High Clouds. Designed with Goguryeu's mountain fortress in mind, here you'll have to fight a boss named Bulgashal. We hope you look forward to the stories and battles of the new area. We're also preparing improved audio for the Land of the Morning Light Seoul. In terms of background music, Donghae's story was focused on ordinary people, so the music was based on lively Samulnori. For
What's happened to bro's lip?
Seoul, the music revolves around Jonggak, traditional palace music to fit the region. Many adventurers enjoyed the unique environment and story of the Donghae province in Land of the Morning Light. We're working hard on Seoul to provide you with yet another unique and memorable experience. We hope you look forward to a new adventure there. Thank you. Also, for adventurers who enjoyed Land of the Morning Light main quests, I'm sure you'll remember Dark Bong Hwang. The image I'm showing you now is Dark Bong Hwang of Mount Ashi. We know that a lot of you are waiting for Slumbering Origin weapons, which have been designed with a dark Bong Hwang motif.
That's cool as fuck, by the way. I don't know what the fuck that is, but it's hella cool. It's like a phoenix. I want to see what the... Here, what am I... Since we're talking about Black Star appearance changes that they're doing, I want to know what the appearance is going to be like for, like, the Slumbering Origin armor, because if we go from really cool Black Star weapons to, like, shit weapon looks, like how the Zarkan Offens look...
Light. We're working hard on Seoul to provide you with yet another unique and memorable experience. We hope you look forward to a new adventure there. Thank you. Also, for adventurers who enjoyed Land of the Morning Light main quests, I'm sure you'll remember Dark Bong Hwang. The image I'm showing you now is Dark Bong Hwang of Mount Ashi. We know that a lot of you are waiting for Slumbering Origin weapons, which have been designed with a dark Bong Hwang motif, which looks incredible. It's not yet
They're teasing us, man.
time to discuss its features, but we are putting a lot of effort into the development to present something great to our adventurers. Also, as mentioned before, in Seoul, the Black Shrine will be focused on a group battle for guilds. Instead of a group of 20 to 30 rushing to deal high damage, we're focusing on creating
BDO group PvE content? What?
a more strategic battle, where a smaller group engage with the boss in an enjoyable way. We've received many requests for more guild-friendly content, and we hope that with this new Guild Black Shrine that any gaps are filled. With the upcoming contents of Seoul, including its story and the Guild Black Shrine, new content
I don't know if this is supposed to be like a different form of hunting.
and new types of items will also be updated. We are working hard to bring you more exciting and joyful content. That's all we've got prepared for today. This year marks the 10th year since the beginning of BDO. Thanks to all of our adventurous support, we have been able to come this far. We will continue to always develop with gratitude. And while our
Tungrad's back. I think Tungrad's really good for new players.